Okay, for my girlies who need to hear this, I'm here to tell you that that man that keeps telling you, yeah, sure, I'll marry you in a year's time, in 2 years' time, is never going to marry you. Here's why. Let me explain. So a man who already has a mental block with commitment and marriage is somebody that is going to have to go on a journey to get rid of that mental block, meaning he is going to have to do a lot of heavy, painful work. He needs to find out why he has a fear of commitment.
I love how the implication here is always that men need to get married, and if they don't, then there's something wrong with them, right? They have to do healing, they have to do all of this inner work, and there is something fundamentally wrong with the man because he does not want to marry you. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode, we are going to be kicking it off with a couple of clips from this woman right here who says, listen, you know, here's what to do. A man won't marry you. Here's what to do. There's also a clip down here, you know, not getting flowers from men. Here's what to do about it. I've noticed that a lot of modern women are getting really quite pissed off that men are not doing the traditional behaviors anymore. So let's jump into it. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's take a listen.
Okay, for my girlies who need to hear this, I'm here to tell you that that man that keeps telling you, yeah, sure, I'll marry you in a year's time, in 2 years' time, is never going to marry you. Here's why. Let me explain.
I love how they're always like dating coaches, man. You know, all of these women on TikTok, no dude wants to marry them, right? They're out here chasing bad boys all of the damn time, can't get a relationship. If they do, it never lasts. And they're out here instructing women on how to get a man to propose to you. Do you ever consider the fact that maybe just men don't want to do this? You know, all of these women seeking out these female dating coaches and things like this, that the men just have no incentive to date you in the first place.
In 2 years' time, is never going to marry you. Here's why. Let me explain. So a man who already has a mental block with commitment and marriage is somebody that is going to have to go on a journey to get rid of that mental block.
Anytime a woman says the word journey, you know, she starts to say things like journey or healing or inner work and things like this, these women are so psychotic, man. Dudes don't need to go on any journey or self-enlightenment path because they don't want to marry you or because they don't want to have a committed relationship with you guys. This is what I said in the intro, man. If a man doesn't want to do something for a woman, notice how I said for, by the way, when I'm referring to things like marriage and chivalry and these sorts of things, apparently it just means that there's something wrong with the guy, and apparently we need to go on a journey in order to fix it. Maybe the women need to go on a damn journey. You ever think about that? Or maybe the government needs to get its hands out of marriage so that dudes stop getting scammed by women. Yeah, so what we do essentially these days, man, is we facilitate stealing from men, and then we wonder why men don't want to participate anymore and chalk it up to men just being scared, you know, having phobias and all of this sort of thing.
Meaning he is going to have to do a lot of heavy, painful work. He needs to find out why he has a fear of commitment. Where is it coming from? Is it finances? Is it personal issues? Is it self-esteem? What is it?
These women are so out of touch, man. Do you ever, like, oh, his self-esteem must be the problem if he doesn't want to marry you. You know, if a man doesn't want to take you out on dates, if he won't have a relationship with you guys, it's just he needs to do inner healing work because you are a perfect human being that deserves marriage. I have covered so many of these videos, man, where women will just say all of their damn time that they are perfect. Literally, they are perfect. You know, get what you deserve, queen. You deserve everything. You're fantastic. This is what these women tell their audiences, man. They have no idea if the women are perfect. You know, no idea if the women are actually worth it, which, let's be real about it, they're not. And then they're like, well, we've covered our end. You know, we're perfect over here. So if the men don't want to get married, then obviously that's their fault. This just reminds me of like retail and stores and things like this, man. Imagine if shop owners thought the same way, or people who are selling something, and they just thought, well, nobody wants to buy what I'm offering, so obviously they need to go on some sort of healing journey. It's incredibly stupid. No wonder you don't sell anything. No wonder dudes don't want relationships with you or marriage.
Finances? Is it personal issues? Is it self-esteem? What is it? What is it? What is stopping this man from fully committing?
Yeah, and so dating coach clips, everybody. Now let's continue on to the next one. This gets even funnier, okay? So not only can we not get marriage from dudes, but also we are struggling to even get flowers these days. So this woman here, she's got a comment here that's like asking her to, you know, she's like, please help me. All of these bad boys are screwing me over. I want to get flowers. And so this woman, you know, who's the omnipotent dating coach, comes down here to us peasants and tells the women and the men how to go about getting flowers, guys. So let's take a listen.
Please do a video on how to get flowers. Okay, so this is very simple, very straightforward. It's all about the timing with this, so make sure you get the timing right. So it always has to be straight before you know he's coming to see you. Okay, the reason why we do this is because you're going to train him to never show up empty-handed.
Oh, it's painful, guys. It's painful. So first of all, imagine if I made a video like this, man, where I talked about training women, you know, always to show up to your house with food. People will be like, how dare you, Taylor? You're teaching people how to train women? What are we, dogs? Or something like this. You can already see the outrage if men made videos about how to train women. Now, this woman is trying to teach women how to train men, how to always bring something to her. You know what the best way to get things from men is? Like, truly the best way? There's no training, there's no manipulation, there's none of it. You become the type of woman that men actually want to give gifts to, right? Maybe start appreciating gifts. Maybe start actually being a respectable human being. But we don't talk about these things. We just have to try and manipulate dudes into these situations. Do you ever consider the fact that maybe dudes would give you gifts if they actually thought that you were worth giving gifts in the first place? But no, we have to go about, quote unquote, training men, apparently.
This is because you're going to train him to never show up empty-handed. Okay, it's very important to do this. Don't do this when he's just sat at home randomly. No, in the beginning, in order to get it programmed into his head, you have to do it straight before the date. So you need to know that he's already coming to see you. So on the day, I would say a couple of hours before, so you can give him a bit of time so that he can plan it. A couple of hours before the actual date, you just say to him, red roses are my favorite, with a heart.
Oh my goodness. This is just women in a nutshell these days, isn't it, man? They're just like, yeah, this is what I want. I'm training the man, you know? This is how I tell a man what I want. And like this is just it. Here's what I like, and that's it. And they just send it to the dude. Living as a woman seems so hard, doesn't it, guys? It really does. So this woman is expecting to be able to just send a message saying red roses are my favorite and then receive them. You know, I feel like, man, if you have a self-respecting man, he's going to see this message and he's just going to be like, that's nice. You know, because again, what she's trying to do is she's trying to say, hey, listen, rock up here with my favorite things. How about you give the man something, right? How about we talk about giving some sort of treatment to a man that he might appreciate? But no, we just have to message the dude, here's what I want. Imagine if a dude sent a message to a woman and it was like, yeah, my favorite food is lasagna, right? The implication being that she has to cook you lasagna that night or something. I don't know. Whatever your favorite food is, right? My favorite food is some like steak, medium rare steak is what I want. And I want some roast potatoes or something. And you just sent this off to the woman. She'd be like, okay, that's nice. I mean, half of these women wouldn't even be able to cook that anyway. But again, they just shoot off these messages and expect dudes to get these things for them. This is why men don't want to deal with you, because you already know, guys, as soon as, if you're meeting a woman for a date like this, and she's already requesting things from you, she's already being a headache, let me just tell you that if you pursue this woman, your life is probably going to get measurably worse. You think that, okay, let's just say, for example, you do get a relationship with this woman. Yay, we're in a relationship with this woman. Then Just imagine what this relationship looks like in a month's time, 2 months' time, 6 months, 2 years, if it even gets that far. She is going to be the biggest headache you have ever known. Forget about having an annoying boss or a job you don't like or something like this. Your life is going to get so much worse if you deal with women who make these sort of requests from you. Now, I'm not saying you can't get a woman flowers. If you think the woman's worth it, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Okay? But women who demand flowers from you and start to tell you what their favorite things are immediately because they want you to get them. No, not happening.
You just say to him, red roses are my favorite, with a heart. That's it. Very simple, very classy, very straight to the point. Also communicating what you like in a soft, feminine way.
Yeah, so this isn't feminine. You might think that this is feminine, but just shooting the dude a message saying what you like, that just comes across as entitled to me, man. Like, especially, it's just completely unprompted. The dude will get this message, he'll look at it, he'll see the message on his phone, and he'll frown. He'll just be like, I didn't ask what your favorite flowers are. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy hell, man. The dudes are going to be like, what are you talking about? Okay, these are your favorite flowers. This isn't feminine. This just comes across as entitled, to be honest with you.
To the point, also communicating what you like in a soft, feminine way. You're just expressing what you like. And if this guy likes you, he is trying to learn more about you. And red roses are one of the things that you like. Obviously, do whatever you want. Red roses are just personally my favorite, but you pick whatever you want. If you want purple roses, if you want rainbow roses, you tell that man what you want. Why? Because he is there to learn about you.
Do we ever talk about what the women are there to do aside from extract resources from the man? Do we ever once consider this? No? That's what I thought. I have seen so many videos, guys, from female dating coaches, for lack of a better word. I mean, I've heard themselves, I kid you not when I say this, I've heard them refer to themselves as feminine energy coaches. Absolutely hilarious term, by the way, considering none of them are feminine. But there's never any discussion. There's never anything like, hey, in order to get flowers from a man, why don't we actually just stop trying to extract things from him and just actually be a woman that he's going to be interested in keeping around long term? If he's interested in getting to know you, you don't have to just say, hey, I like flowers. I like red ones. Red ones, please. They're my favorite. Without being prompted. The dude will ask you questions. You know, like if he's interested in getting to know you, he will ask you questions. The arrogance of so many modern women is absolutely insane to me, guys. They think that this is dating, this is being feminine. Here's what I want, and they just dump it down on the table, and they're like, "Look at me, I'm communicating like a feminine woman." No, you're not. Feminine women don't just just message dudes and request things from them. You know, like these women just think that dudes are ATMs, man. I swear.
Want rainbow roses, you tell that man what you want. Why? Because he is there to learn about you, okay? And he is there to be of service.
What is this woman smoking? Can somebody tell me? Okay, dudes are apparently going on dates with women to be of service to women. I mean, no wonder why men don't want to marry you or your followers. This is crazy, man. Men are there to get to know you and to be of service. Imagine if I said this about women, by the way. You know, women come on dates for you guys. Like, they go on dates with you. Why? To be of service. If you want to have intimacy, well, you know, she's got to offer up. Just say what you like during intimacy, guys. You know, be direct. You're being masculine, right? Let's just DM women what we want immediately in the bedroom department. Because the women are there to be of service to us, obviously. I swear, if I posted a video like that on TikTok, guys, I'd be banned. I would be banned so damn quickly. But women can jump on the internet and be like, listen, I'm going to directly request that this man be my personal ATM because he's to be of service to me. And nobody sees an issue with this crap. Nobody. You know? Absolutely nobody.
Roses, you tell that man what you want. Why? Because he is there to learn about you, okay? And he is there to be of service, okay? So that's how you do it, ladies. Very simple, very straightforward. You just say what you like, okay? With that, you're gonna know if he's a provider. If he's a man in his feminine energy, he might be like, oh, I'm not getting you roses. And if that's the case, you cancel the date, right? You know what to do, ladies. Good luck.
Holy hell. So let me get this straight, right? If the dude just doesn't capitulate to whatever it is that you demand of him, then apparently he's feminine and you cancel the date. First of all, I find it very funny that these women are busting out the shaming language, like calling men feminine, because they refuse to give in to your stupid little mind games and demands that you have, right? That's very hilarious to me. The man's feminine. He doesn't do what I immediately tell him to do. Crazy. So that's the funny part about this, man. What else was here? Oh yeah, by the way, if you are attractive, she will not do this crap to you. You see what I'm saying? There'll be no demands. There'll be no her canceling the date. There could be, guys, there could be a huge thunderstorm. Okay, the cities, let's just say you live in a city. The city's flooded. She'll still find a way to get to your house or wherever the date is. You know what I'm saying? But it's always the women who are the biggest pain in the ass, who are always like, yeah, if he doesn't get you flowers, I'm going to cancel the date. And they try and get things out of you immediately. Again, if you pursue women like this, you are literally asking to get a headache, guys. I don't know what other way I can say this. There are lots of guys, by the way, who do stupid crap like this. They will pursue women like this. They'll be like, oh, well, I think she's pretty, so I'm just going to put up with her nonsense. And then, fast forward a few months and you don't find her so pretty anymore, do you? Because she's a complete pain in your ass. I think dudes need to be very careful about the type of women that they choose to commit to be honest. Now let's continue into the next clip here. I feel like these women are essentially just night workers. Let's jump into this one. I think this might be the same woman again, and she's going to give some dating in 2025 tips. I don't know. I can't really tell these women apart anymore, guys. They kind of all look the same to me. I've covered so many clips at this point, I cannot tell the women apart oftentimes. Guys, are you dating in 2025? Here is the tea. Hey, my girls, let's take a listen.
Let's talk about dating in 2025, because some of you are still accepting the bare minimum and wondering why these men think breathing is enough effort. So let's break it down. High standards, oh, you better have them. And if he calls you high maintenance, just smile and say, thank you, I worked hard to get here, because the truth is, a man who is intimidated by your standards isn't the man for you, period.
Okay, so let me just say this. I think that modern day women, especially the ones who post TikToks like this, they just must not understand what words mean. You know, oh, the man's intimidated, he's scared. He's not scared or intimidated by you, he just doesn't like you. Guys, again, imagine if you're selling a product, right? Nobody wants to buy the product, and then so you have to go out there and call your potential customers scared or intimidated. They're not scared. They're not intimidated. They just don't want to buy what it is that you're offering. Imagine you're a video game company. You release a game. Nobody buys the game. And then you just call them fragile and you call them intimidated and they need to go on a healing journey and all of this stuff. It is crazy. Also, by the way, this food looks like complete garbage. This looks like something that would cost you an astronomical amount of money and it would taste like trash. Like what in the hell is this? Can somebody tell me what this is? That actually looks putrid to me. This is probably some delicacy. I'm probably insulting the chefs who are watching this video, but I don't know what that is. That looks absolutely horrible. Probably costs like triple the amount of a nice steak, you know?
And say, thank you, I worked.
Like, what is this? How am I supposed to get calories and protein out of this? We're just eating plant paste at this point.
Hard to get here, because the truth is, a man who's intimidated by your standards isn't the man for you, period. Do not, and I repeat, do not accept one-worded text, responding to a message by liking it, what are you doing at 2 a.m., or the I'm not looking for anything serious right now, but let's just hang out and see where it goes. With all due respect, he's breadcrumbing you.
So just by the way, here's the thing. I actually agree with this woman off the bat. I want to say that she's correct. If you're trying to date a man and he is pulling all of these little things on you, then obviously you shouldn't date him. If he's not answering you, if he's just leaving you on red, you know, he's just having some fun and then bouncing, obviously you shouldn't date the guy. This is like something their fathers should have told them instantly. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, wow, this is such a dating revelation. You know, trying to date men who aren't interested. probably not a good idea, and they realize this when they're 30. I find it very funny. But also, all of the women who give this advice and complain about men doing the bare minimum, you guys understand that these are the men that women have been chasing for the last decade. Like, you'll have some 28-year-old woman and she'll be like, I'm not accepting the bare minimum. A man needs to actually text me back. Translation, for the last 10 years of her life, since she was 18 years old, she's been chasing dudes who never texted her. And now she wants you to text her and reply to her and, you know, care about her day and get her roses. No, thank you.
Walk away before you can even lace up your emotional sneakers. And here's the secret to dating in 2025. Men.
What is this woman eating, by the way? What the hell is going on here? Like, we're flashing all of this fancy food, but I tell you what, guys, I could inhale this in like 2 seconds. What is this? She thinks that this is some sort of flex. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, guys, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, wow, that looks kind of gross. I would rather have a steak or something. Like, this probably cost her a lot of money, and she's like, wow, look at me. I'm flexing all of this food. You know, I don't date broke men. Men are paying for everything for me. Again, I think this woman is probably a night worker. But I would honestly rather have a piece of food that costs probably a fraction of this, that actually tastes like you're eating something.
Secret to dating in 2025, men will rise to the occasion if they see that you won't settle. This is not a man problem, this is a you problem. You are not a rehab center for emotionally unavailable men. Let me say it a bit louder for the pick-me's in the back. Being too picky is not why you are single. Because we all know that being single is better than wasting years with someone who doesn't even know your middle fucking name. Let's make it clear in 2025 that we are not chasing, we are not fixing, and we are not accepting the bare minimum.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as a lot of men are concerned, it's too little too late. A lot of guys are not interested in marrying you. They're not interested in dating you. They're not interested in having relationships. So you can come here with all of your super high standards. The only people that are going to accept that are men that you're not attracted to, and men that have no self-respect. That's really what's going to happen. You mean to tell me you're trying to threaten men with, oh, I'm not accepting the bare minimum. Okay, this affects literally nobody. The men who you were never interested in, you will probably still never be interested in them anyway. The dudes who you're highly attracted to, this changes nothing for them because, you know, they'll still be able to do absolutely nothing and smash and then bounce anyway. You know, like some dude who's highly attractive, there will be some guy, right, this woman's been hooking up with on and off for years. He'll see this video and he'll probably just laugh to himself. He'll be like, you know what, her standards are really high, but hey, I'll still see her Thursday at 11 p.m. next week for some fun while she's out there looking for her Prince Charming. You see, guys, like, this changes nothing for anybody at all. The women think that they're coming to some sort of epiphany phase about the things that they need in their life. Really, it's too little too late, and men don't give a damn.
Either match the energy or keep it moving. Okay, bye. Make sure you share this with your girls so we can all go into 2025 with the same energy.
What kind of energy is that? I probably can't even say the word I'm thinking of because I'll be banned. But let me just say this, it's not exactly pleasant energy. But speaking of not pleasant energy, I love how easy these segues are, man. Let's continue into the next clip here. This one is titled, I say titled, The Downfall of All Men. Let's take a listen. By the way, guys, before we jump into this one, I think we covered a clip from this woman recently, all right? I don't want to hear any flack about this woman's eyelashes, okay? Before anyone asks, they're perfectly natural. It's normal. I don't want to hear any comments flaming this woman's eyelashes, all right? Let's jump in.
I mean, I don't know what's wrong with men because we said, sprinkle, sprinkle, pay our bills and you can still be relevant in our life. And they said, no, we don't want to do that. You pay 50-50, you clean the house, you give your body access to me and only to me while I just manipulate you emotionally here and probably screw around on the side.
Yeah, so just by the way, I don't know who she's talking to. Men don't want to pay your bills. They don't want to pay your bills to be in your life either. I think a lot of guys would be inclined to perhaps pitch in a little bit of money so that they don't have to be involved with you, to be honest.
And we're like, okay, like we can understand you're kind of a lot, but like sprinkle, sprinkle, pay my bills. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. We basically want everything for free. Men got way too greedy. So
I'm confused. Are we essentially just, are modern women just night workers these days, guys? It's like, hey, pay my rent, buy me things, pay my bills. And then I'll give you exclusive access to my body. I mean, at this point, you are quite literally, there is no steps in between here, man. You are just selling yourself. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. But you're not really girlfriend material. You're not wife material. I'm not your father. I can't tell you what to do. Okay. Not that she would listen anyway at this point. But here's the thing. If dudes are going to have such a transactional, quote unquote, relationship with you anyway, they're just going to leave and go to other women. You know, if they have to pay for intimacy, then they're just going to leave. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, how come men don't want to be my boyfriend? Or how come men don't want to marry me? Because you're renting yourself out. Very, very simple.
And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. We basically want everything for free. Men got way too greedy. So they're not going to like the karma that's headed straight for them, because a lot of us are going, you know what? Maybe not sprinkle, sprinkle.
Oh no, guys, this woman doesn't want to date us anymore. Oh no, somebody please sound the alarms. What's that? The alarms are disconnected? We don't have any? Hello? Oh my goodness. So this woman is like, listen, you're not paying my bills. You don't get a place in my life. I don't think that this woman has any leverage on men. I'll be honest. It's one thing to say this when you maybe have a little bit of leverage. Like if this was like a really pleasant younger woman who can cook and who's super kind, and she's like, hey guys, like I'm not really sure what to do in dating. A lot of men out here, it's just very confusing. I think I might just keep to myself. Dudes would be like, hey, maybe we're missing out on something here. This one seems kind of pleasant. But these women are not pleasant, guys. They're just not. They have zero leverage over men. They have nothing that men are interested in. They have no feminine qualities. They don't care about you in the slightest. They're just using you to pay their bills. And then they say things like, well, I'm leaving. There's the door, madam. Like, you don't even say a single thing in this video that men care about as to why you might be leaving.
You know what? Maybe not sprinkle, sprinkle. In fact, I can make my own money, and I like making my own money.
Oh, go for
I can
it,
make my own money, lots of it.
Doubt it.
Pay my own bills, and I can have a robot.
Doubt it.
What's up, guys? You had one chance left to make yourself relevant in a woman's life, and that was...
Why is this woman pretending like any dude gives a damn about having a spot in her life? Congratulations. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Women will start listing crap that men just don't care about. You can pay your own bills. Let's just assume she's telling the truth. Okay, that's nice. No dude is looking at you as a more viable relationship prospect because you can pay your bills. I don't understand this.
Was sprinkle stuff. Okay? We couldn't even get a job or build a business. We had to sprinkle with you. We had to get married to you. Now we don't have to get married to you. We don't have to share a bed with you. So if you want that, you know, pay our bills. And you're like, nah. So now we're like, hold on. You guys are fucking assholes.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Because men don't want to pay your bills, because they don't have any interest in being a part of your life because you are insufferable, then the men are the a-holes. Again, it's crazy, man. These women just never seem to think, right? If you have a product and nobody is buying the product, probably not a good idea to call the people who are not buying your product, who you want to buy your product, a-holes, right? Or implying that there's something wrong with them. I would argue there's something actually right with men if they don't want relationships with women like you. Again, guys, if this was like a completely different woman, you know, who was concerned about dating and she's like, well, I might just not date because I don't understand it. But she's like a fantastic cook. She's so pleasant to be around. Maybe you find her, you find her attractive. She's not 35 with 2 kids. Those would be some starting points. Maybe men might be inclined to be like, whoa, but maybe we are missing out on something. But these women they'll never cook for you. They're not pleasant. They're not nice to be around. They're a complete headache. Okay, this woman I'm not going to make a comment about the eyelashes. You know what? We'll probably just leave today's video there, guys, before I start blaming this woman's eyelashes. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.